Hello and welcome to Team Noni Oz's presentation of the Show Me the Money formula. To begin this presentation, I'm going to ask you three very important questions. These three questions will determine if this business is for you and, just as importantly, if you will be successful in this business. Question number one. Do you want to make a lot of money, and do you know why? You see, the why is the most important part, as it is our core desires that motivate us. If you are having trouble establishing why you want to make a lot of money, maybe I can give you some suggestions. It may be because you desire a different lifestyle, desire to go on holidays, desire a bright future for your children, or desire an early retirement. Everyone has different desires, but it is very important for you to establish why exactly it is you want to make a lot of money. If you think about the law of attraction, what you constantly think about, theoretically, is what you will attract. If you are worried about not having money to pay the bills and stressing constantly, guess what? Most often, that is what you will get more of. When you change your thoughts to more positive outcomes, most often, that is exactly what you will receive. Question number two. Do you have or can you get $200 within the next week? The $200 will qualify you for the business and is the only monetary amount required to ensure you are well on your way to making a lot of money. Question number three. Do you know 5 people who will answer yes to the same 3 questions? How did you go with your answers? If you were able to answer yes to the 3 questions, let's continue. Now it's time to get excited. What I want to introduce you to now is the Show Me Money formula. Follow along with me as I take you through it step by step. For sure you will have questions to ask, but rest assured they will be answered as we progress. As you can see, we have the headings of the columns: QV, qualified volume, percentages, case value, commission, group size, and total. Underneath QV, we have 120 in each column. I will talk more about QV shortly. What I would like you to understand now is that in any business, you would have the value of your product, in our case, the case value, and then you would get a percentage of that. And in this particular instance and formula, it is the same. Now, when we look at the first row, I want you to see that we get 20% of the case value, which is $130. So that gives us $26. In the next row, we get 5% of $130, which is $6.50. In the third and fourth row, we get 5% again, each at $6.50. And in the fifth row, we get 10% of $130, which is $13. Now we know how much we get when product is moved on the 5 different levels. Let's now look at the second half of our formula. At the top of the column, it says question number 3, which refers to group size. Do you remember what question number 3 was? Question number 3 was, do you know 5 people by the following week that can answer yes to these 3 questions? Let's assume that you did what you said you were going to do. You called a few people, spoke to a few people, maybe handed out a few DVDs, and you were able to find your 5 people. 5 is therefore written in the first line under the heading question number 3. And there you have it. There's our formula. Starting from the left side of the page, not taking into account QV just yet, on our first row, you get 20% of the case value at $130, which works out to $26. We brought 5 people into the organisation, so 5 times $26 is $130. Now let's go to the second week. Now remember, this can be weeks, months, or years. This is strictly a formula that is based around 5 weeks. We get 5% of $130, which is $6.50. Now, here is one of the secrets. Last week was your first week in the business. You said yes to question number 3, which was, do you know 5 people by the following week that can answer yes to these 3 questions? This is now your second week in the business. So how many people do you think you personally have to bring into the organisation? Most say 5 or 10. In actual fact, the answer is 0. You did what you said you would do. You brought 5 people into the organisation. This is now those 5 people's first week. So, they all said yes to question number 3, which was, do you know 5 people? So 5 by 5 is 25 people. So now we have $6.50 on that row. We've got 25 people on that row, so $6.50 by 25 is $162.50. Now let's look at the third week. We get 5% of $130, which is $6.50. Last week, those 25 people's first week, it was. They all said yes to question number 3, do you know 5 people? So 5 times 25 is 125 people. $6.50 on that level by 125 gives us $812.50. Let's look at the fourth week. We get $6.50 each there. This now is the 125 people's first week in the business. They all said yes to question number 3. So 125 by 5 is 625 people. We get $6.50 each. So $6.25 by 6 is $4,062.50. Now continuing down to the next level, we now get $13 each, which is 10% of $130. So we actually get double commission on this row. Now look at that. That's 625 people's first week in the business. They all said yes to question number 3. So 5 by 625 is 3,125 people. We get $13 each, which gives us $40,625. If we were to add up all 5 weeks, that would give us a grand total of $45,792.50. Now, wasn't that worth a $200 initial investment and a bit of time and effort? Now, of course, in this formula, you've been presented with the optimal results. That's if your 5 get their 5, who get their 5, who get their 5, and so on. That's in a perfect world, but we don't live in a perfect world. You might be able to get your 5, but your 5 only get 1, who only get 2, who get none. So let's assume we work really hard for the 5 weeks and we fell short of the grand total of $45,792.50 by 90%. Would 10% of $45,792.50 be worth a $200 investment, a few phone calls and some time? That would give you approximately $4,579. Let's say you weren't able to do that. Let's cut that in half and look at 5% of $45,792.50. That would give you $2,289.50 for a $200 investment, a few phone calls and some time. Even if you weren't able to achieve 5% and only achieved 2.5% of the $45,792.50 total, that would still give you $1,144.75. Would that still be worth a $200 investment, a few phone calls and some time? Most would definitely answer yes. What we are showing you now is the example of the price list. As you can see, the column circled in red has the heading QV. As mentioned, QV stands for qualified volume. Do you remember in the Show Me the Money formula, each row had the QV set at 120. QV is counted in points. To remain eligible each month for the commissions presented in the Show Me the Money formula, the only requirement is that you reach 120 QV points each month. Each item on the price list attracts a QV amount. You can choose whatever you like, be it one item or a multitude of items. As long as you reach a minimum of 120 QV points per month, you will remain eligible for the commissions. It's that simple. This is the Independent Product Consultant Agreement. Marinda Bioactives requires you to submit your banking details, as once you begin as an Independent Product Consultant, or IPC, Your commissions will need to be deposited into your designated account on a weekly basis. When registering for GST, tick the box that states you are declaring your independent product consultant account as a hobby and not an enterprise. As a hobby, you are able to earn a significant amount of money as an IPC. When you sign up with Morindo Bioactives, in Section 3, tick the box which states, I would like to enroll as an IPC business builder. Remember question number 2, do you have or can you get $200? When you sign up as an IPC business builder, your $200 includes your first month's 120 qualified volume as well as your startup pack. That means for your investment of $200, you will receive 120 QV of product as well as the resources that will help you build your own business and get you started. You probably now are wondering, what sort of products can I choose from? You can choose anything you like from the Morindo Bioactives range. Take a moment to look through the Morindo Bioactives catalogue. The range is vast and there is something for everybody. For this presentation, the purpose is not to sell you on the products or convince you in any way to try or buy them. The products speak for themselves. This company is $1 billion company. Think about it. If the products did not do what they claim to, the company would not be making the money it currently is. The person who introduced you to this formula will be able to provide you with product testimonials, DVDs, information, and anything else you may require. The presentation is about the business and the formula. It's simple, it's easy. Most importantly, it is very easy to replicate. Team Noni Oz has recently established itself as a team that is driven, motivated and dedicated to achieving success and changing lives. We have our own website, we have produced our own YouTube clips and testimonials, we hold our own team meetings. Rest assured, we will provide you with all the training and support you will require. So now it's time to contact the person who gave you this presentation or follow the link on the bottom of your screen. Let them know if you are a 1, a 2 or a 3. A 3. You've already got plenty of money, you don't need that, but you'd like to know more about the products. A 2. You'd like more information on the business. We've got plenty of information and DVDs we can share with you to give you all the validation that you need. Or 1. You can answer yes to all 3 questions, which were, yes, you want to make a lot of money and you know why. 2, you have the money it takes to get started. And 3, you know 5 people that ultimately by the following week can answer yes to the same 3 questions. If you can answer yes to these 3 questions, then congratulations. Welcome to Team Noni Oz. You are in for an absolutely wonderful experience. Hold on tight because the ride to the top is going to be a blast. We thank each and every one of you for watching this presentation and wish you all the very best in your future endeavours.